Here we are, very excited to have the one and only Lazer from Hockey Shop in Langley. Welcome to the show, Lazer. How you doing today?
Fabulous. No slap shots.
No slap shots.
Happy to be here, guys. Happy to be here.
So Lazer, we've got some hard pressing questions for you in this interview today. I think we'll start off by talking about your lofty career so far with the Hockey Shop. What's it like on a day-to-day basis working down there at that crazy hockey shop?
Oh, the hockey shop. It's hockey heaven there. Every time I see people when they come in there, they're always happy. Why wouldn't you be happy when you're at hockey heaven? Let me tell you. Every time someone comes in there, they always recognize me from the videos. The kids, they just love it. And then the parents, they have no clue. They're always just like, what is going on here? And then they're like, can I get a picture with you? And I'm like, of course you can get a picture with me. So then they're like, what's going on here anyway?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been pretty awesome. I'm really liking it.
That's awesome. So let's talk about that, because not only is it the hockey shop, place full of all the greatest hockey equipment in the whole world, you guys also have a very good media presence on TikTok, YouTube, that kind of stuff. How did that start? How did you get into making those videos at the hockey shop?
Well, what they do is they've got a media group there. So there's 3 people that actually run it. So there's a guy that does the camera. There's Luke, the tape guy. And then there's Megan, who does a lot of the editing and stuff for the videos. So what they do is they just shoot all the videos in the store. So this is like during work time. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the times when they do stuff for like sales or different products that are coming out, and then the odd time when they're doing like whatever they think of, and they come out to me, and then they ask me, they say, hey, Lazer, we're going to do such and such. Do you mind coming? And then so what ends up happening when I'm involved is that I just do stuff off the cuff, right? I don't really have a script. There's nothing like that. So they'll say, okay, we've got such and such. We got these gloves or whatever. They're from the 60s. So I've got one of these videos where they bring these old gloves to me. And I just said, I remember these gloves back in the day. I scored a 65-goal game, something like that. This is right off the cuff. But I really like that because I'm not good with scripts. I'm better when I'm just let it roll, right? Let it roll. But these guys, they're just awesome. Like they're in their early 20s, and this is what they do. They've gone to school for this kind of stuff. It's all marketing. And let me tell you, the stuff that they do through the store, it's a big hit with the kids. And then the parents obviously get dragged into it because then the kids are like, oh, I saw these videos. Now I want, bring me into the store so I can meet Tape Guy Luke and Lazer and all this stuff, because Tape Guy Luke, he's in 98% of the videos. This guy does like so much more. He's the guy that does all the videos for like the different tape jobs for the professionals, for all the kids to follow so they can put their tape jobs on their hockey sticks and stuff. So the kids will come into the store and they'll be like, oh, hey, there's Lazer. Then the next thing they say is Tape Guy Luke in the store? Can you go get him? So I'm like chopped liver, let me tell you. I'm only there because I'm there during the day all the time. But those guys work in the back. So they're in the back office, and that's what they do. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool. It's a really good thing for the store, let me tell you. They get a lot of business from that.
Yeah, it's good marketing. So obviously we can see you got the skate shirt on and the skate hat on, and in the background there we got the skate jersey. It looks like a JT Miller, I think, with the A on there.
Yeah, that's the wife's favorite player, JT Miller. And then of course that one there, that's my favorite guy from back in the day,
Juice
Bieksa. Now that guy, he was a beast.
Scoring that big goal against San Jose. He was the only one in the entire stadium who knew where the puck was.
Oh, the stanchion goal. I got to tell you, man, that was unreal. He didn't even know he scored that one. You see the reaction he has when he scores that goal when you go watch it on YouTube? Oh, he just like freaked.
So I guess that might even answer my next question then. Who's your all-time favorite Canuck player? You had to pick one.
Well, my all-time favorite player that goes back to like, this is going back a ways, right? I mean, I was watching them when they had like McGillney, and the Naslins and the Jurke Lumes and Russ Courtnall. And then even farther back, like Stan Smeel. These are the guys back in, I've been following the Canucks forever. I mean, so
it's a tough choice for you then.
Oh, it is a tough choice, but I got to go with right now. And the team that they have put together, which is a great team. They had a great year last year. My favorite player has got to be Hughes. The guy is like unbelievable. The way he skates, the way he passes, just everything about the guy's a hard worker. So every single game that you see that kid play, he's a kid. I mean, come on, these guys they got a lot of growing to do. So, and they're going to do that over the years. But his leadership skills, his talent, but the most thing that gets me about him is his skating. The way he works the line, the way he does his twists, his turns, he works his edges. The guy's amazing. I kind of skate like him.
Do you think he's even better than he was last year?
I don't know. I think he's a little bit apprehensive this year for whatever reason. I've been watching him. Like last year, he was just like loosey goosey, free flowing all over the place. And so, yeah, I think it's just a matter of like they're just having a slow start. Now they have won some games, but the first few games, I don't know what was going on. I was like a little afraid there because they were like losing games. And what ended up happening, if I remember, they had a couple of shootouts and an overtime.
Yeah, they lost to Calgary in the
yeah.
overtime. They lost to Philly in the shootout, and then they lost to Tampa 4-1 with an empty netter. So it was a rough start for them.
But that goal Miller got the other night, that guy, he's a gamer, man. That guy's unbelievable.
So you got a long history of cheering for the Canucks. So you're saying Quinn Hughes is your current favorite of all time. Is there like a guy from the past that who's your standout? If you had to pick, like, we're looking at the 94 team, we're looking like back, like you said, to the Steamer team. Is there? It's got
to be the Naslund, Bertuzzi, Morrison. That was a group right there. That line could win games for the Canucks back in the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that group of players there, that was a good team, and those guys were good. But I mean, obviously, everybody's going to say one of their favorite players is Pavel Bure.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was all excitement. Every time he got the puck, everybody was like, "This is highlight." Right? That guy was a highlight player. Everything he touched turned into a highlight play.
So what about your like favorite Canucks moment? Because obviously you've been watching them for years. Is there one standout game or one moment that really tickles your fancy?
The one that really got me was the Game 7 against New York, and they hit the post. I think it was can't remember the kid's name, but Lafayette.
Yep.
Hit the post, and then we would have won the Stanley Cup. That was the moment that I remember where we could have had the cup. And all it took was that half an inch one way or half an inch the other way. Boom, right there. That's got to be it.
So what hurts more?
And then again, of course that Bieksa off the stanchion and in when nobody knew it was going in. The goalie was clueless.
Yeah.
And we went on to the playoffs from that. Into the Game 7, wasn't it?
Right. Yeah, that's the year. That was 2011. They made the run all the way up with Boston.
Yeah, no. There's so many different things that I can remember that go back and forth with players, like just different things that happened that made us think that something great was going to happen.
So what hurt more, 94 or 2011?
It's got to be 94.
94?
It's got to be. It just has to be, because we're so close.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not like that we weren't there but before, but there's so many different things that's gone on over the years that just make you go, it's so hard to be a Canucks fan, let me tell you, man.
50 plus years of pain.
Oh, I know, a lot of years of pain, but a lot of good players.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of good players have come through the system. But the goaltending situation has always been troublesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we had Kirk McLean, him being such a stand-up guy, that guy, he was like, I loved the way he played because he was not a flopper. He was always like staying square to the puck.
Right.
Move side to side, but staying square, not flopping around. And then we get some of these other guys in here that are just like all over the place.
Yeah.
So he's my all-time favorite goaltender is him for sure, without a doubt.
So then, I mean, in that vein, are you thinking the gap between McLean and Luongo was probably the darkest era of Canucks goaltending, right?
Well, the thing about Luongo, he always had really good defense.
Mm.
Always had super good defense. Big guys, smart guys with the puck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, he was really good himself. I mean, he's a good goalie. He's big. His reactions, very quick with his reaction. But that guy had a lot of good people in front of him. So that kind of changes it a little bit. I mean, back to when every goaltender plays better when they have a better defense in front of them because they're more relaxed.
Right.
They know that the puck's going to get cleared, right? They know that they're going to sacrifice the body, those type of things. So with Kirk McLean, he had lots of guys too, but in those years, their defensemen weren't quite as big.
Right.
Like there was some smaller defensemen when all the other guys seemed to be bigger, stronger, and just smarter players. But it's all going to be in the different eras. Every era is going to be different.
So let's talk about your era, because I know Lazer, you're a hockey player yourself. Obviously, you know your stuff. You have an affinity hockey, for wrist shots, not slap shots. Let's talk a little bit about your career. What kind of hockey have you played over the years?
Well, I started out playing the minor hockey out in North Delta. Mm-hmm. And then obviously North Delta Surrey. So I was, down in Wally at the Surrey rink and North Delta rink. And I started late. I started at 12. Mm-hmm. And then I finished up at 18 in juvenile. Mm-hmm. So I just played minor hockey. All I ever played, because I started so late, I played in house hockey, mm-hmm. which was fun. House hockey's good. So I enjoyed that. And then obviously through the time when I quit hockey, I didn't go back till I was in my mid-20s. And since then, I've been playing beer league hockey, rec hockey, and I'm still playing now.
Got any championship belts?
No championship belts. Yeah. I don't have any championship belts.
Still chasing that cup?
I've got lots of good memories of it. But I mean, starting so late, I didn't start getting decent at skating and playing until I was like basically from 12 to 18. That's not a big, long stretch, right?
Right. Yeah, I mean,
But now I've came to watch a couple of your games, buddy, and don't try to dumb that down. I've seen you play, man. The one game I first came to see you, the very first game I came to watch you, you scored a nice one.
I think that was a playoff game, right?
Nice yeah, and your mom and dad were there too.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah. I mean, more than I didn't start playing ice hockey on a full-time basis until I was 30. So it was one of those things where it was super late.
There you go. I can't say that I started late then.
Yeah. You started earlier than me.
Yeah. Well, I'm still playing at the Sportsplex Arena here in Langley, and it's a 45 and over division. Mm-hmm. But I mean, they call it a gentleman's league there. So, and guess what, buddy? There's no slap shots. Yeah. And that's real. You can only bring the stick up to your knee. That's it. It's over. They'll give you a penalty if you take a slap shot.
Yeah. That's funny. 2 minutes for slap shot.
And I've got a penalty for that, let me tell you.
Oh, so that's where your hate of slap shots really comes from. We're really digging deep here with you, Lazer.
Oh, for sure, buddy, for sure.
So what's your prospects for the Canucks moving forward? Do you think they're looking better after the road trip and moving in a good direction?
Well, you got to say, after the start of the season, they've started to tighten it up a bit now with the wins that they've just gone through. And, I got to tell you, if you have a slow start, it can only get better, obviously.
Right.
And now I can notice by watching the games that they have tightened it up. They're smarter with their passes. They're smarter with their breakouts. And using Lankinen, they've now used him a lot more. He's got more NHL experience, for one. So I think the guys in front of him are feeling a little more comfortable. Mm-hmm. And I've noticed that. So the games have changed a little bit. And all I can say is, I mean, it can only get better as it is. And it has been with the wins they've got.
So I hear you got some connections down at the hockey shop. Before I let you go, I'm just going to request that, maybe a nice Trevor Linden jersey, you know, the black skate, the C on the chest. You know, if you got any of those laying around, you can send them my way. Okay, Lazer?
Hey, you come in and see me, I'll set you up, and you'll be a happy man. You'll leave smiling.
Thanks so much for joining the show today, Lazer. We'll talk to you soon.
Of course. Have a good one. Talk to you later.